And what I started this week is I have started intermittent fasting starting yesterday.
Okay.
And the reason why I started was because...
You have a mirror at home?
Fuck you. Yo, what up? If you are a fan of the Noonchi podcast, then it's possible that you know that Bobby and I like to drink. We're not alcoholics, but we like to get tipsy. Our good friend Chris at Blacklist is a owner of a wonderful bar. Blacklist is fantastic. They make great drinks, great cocktails. You also have homemade beef jerky, and I love fucking beef jerky. So if you go to Blacklist, tell them that you are a fan of the Noonchi podcast, then Chris will give you a free shot of Jameson. Go booze. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Noonchi podcast. Are you hell-bent, Bobby, on making us not monetize on YouTube? Just right off the top, we're going to throw a Shibayona in there?
Right, the profanity.
Yes.
I don't know, when I hear that, it doesn't sound bad to me, but apparently it's pretty harsh in Korean.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, well, you know what? I think curse words are a little bit more hardcore sounding to the average listener.
Okay.
Than in English.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we shouldn't just like hit that button whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, we are kind of really going heavy on that button.
Okay, should we stop? Should we restart the episode?
Just keep going. Okay. Fuck it. I mean, I'm cursing too, but... You know, I just feel like, I don't know. Anyway, so what's up, everybody? Danny Cho here.
Bobby Choy.
Whoa. And so we just got done with lunch. And so we might be a little bit lethargic.
Yeah, I got a little bit of spillover right here.
Spillover.
In my belt region.
Well, you know, I don't know if the viewers can see it, but you tucking up your belt or your waistline.
Mm-hmm.
That covers your spillover.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do anything about my spillover. Mine is the Exxon Valdez. So there's a lot of shit spilled over.
I tuck it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm heading there. I feel like as soon as I turned 40, things have been like sticking out of places that I'm not used to.
The dad bod?
Yeah.
The dad bod?
I definitely have dad bod going on.
So for lunch, we had some tonkatsu.
Tonkatsu.
It's a pork cutlet for all you non-Koreans.
Fried
pork cutlet.
Mm-hmm.
And you told me about your original wariness as a child of eating tonkatsu.
I when I was a kid, the first time I ever heard about tonkatsu is when I was in 4th grade. I was probably like 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I heard this Korean neighbor that we had like showing off or raving about that they were going to have tonkatsu for dinner. And for me, I was like, you're going to have dong for dinner? Like I'm just like a 10-year-old kid. You know, I didn't grow up speaking Korean in the house.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, my parents wouldn't speak Korean to me, or they just wouldn't speak to me. But I, you know, spoke English. You know, born and raised in New York. And anyway, but even so, all Kyopos have like, at least they know words like kimchi, dong. Like, so, I don't know. Anyway, so when I heard this kid say he was having tonkatsu for dinner, to me it sounded like he was having dong for dinner.
Right.
And that was my first memory of tonkatsu. And I just didn't want to try it ever.
Right. So when did you go, all right, let me have some fried dong?
I remember not wanting to visit that friend's house because I felt like his house would smell like shit. It's just like...
But okay, to clarify to the non-Koreans, right? The word dong...
means poo-poo.
Yeah, but the pronunciation of tonkatsu, it's almost, if I romanize it, it is D-O-N
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, tong is almost like TONG,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But your Korean is so fucked up
It's so bad.
that to you the T and the D sounded the same.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't. So any Korean word that started with dong.
Yeah. I
Or-
mean, like,
yeah.
I think about this often.
Right.
I'm not like every now and then
Right.
I'll have tonkatsu. I love it now,
Yeah.
right? But every now and then I'll think of that story, and like I'll be on the train and we'll be passing like Dongdaemun, and I would think, okay, what would 10-year-old Bobby think of a place like this? He would probably think, oh, we have to go to Dongdaemun. Like, and he'd probably think that you just walk by a bunch of piles of shit, I guess. It's like, I don't know. It's
So,
like
but you know, to be honest, 10-year-old you would have been a time when there weren't any roads in Korea. Probably everything was by horse. So there's a lot
F you.
So Dongdaemun.
Yeah, I mean, Tong in Korean means neighborhood. Am I right?
No, Dong means it's northeast, so it's east. East.
Right,
Dong.
right. Dongdae.
So that means like
I don't
it
know.
means east big gate. Dongdaemun, right?
Uh-huh.
Namdaemun means
Right. South
yeah,
gate.
south big gate, right? So you don't Dongdaemun.
Yeah.
You can't sing the song Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls.
Oh my gosh. Get out of here.
And I'm okay. By the way, I am fully aware. That the title is Waterfalls. For all you fucking assholes that go, by the way, the full title of the title of the song is Waterfalls, not Don't Go Chasing. I get it.
Anyway.
I'm just sick of I'm just sick of like fact checkers online.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That like just put it up and just be like, by the way, like they're not, obviously they're just typing, but in my mind, like they're like pushing up their glasses to their fucking faces.
Relax. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
Y-O-U-R. Y-O-U-R.
Yeah.
Y-O-U-R means your.
I'm like, oh, that's why, you know what? When people go, I'm a grammar Nazi, to me, it's another way of saying, oh, I'm annoying to talk to. Right.
For those of you that just got the Friends reference, I'm a big fan of Friends and The Office. I would say I'm a bigger Office fan, but every now and then I need a break and I go to Friends. Anyway, we just also I just realized we're alienating a lot of our listeners. That don't watch either of the shows. That don't watch
any of the shows.
I'm also kind of sugared up. Because we just had some tiger sugar.
Some 호랑이 설탕s.
Yeah. For any, I guess some people won't know what we're talking about, but tiger sugar is like the new craze, would you say?
Yeah.
Or it's been around for a few months at least.
I think it feels like, to me, it's kind of like, what is it, Taiwanese? It's from Taiwan, this brand?
Yeah, like it's part of the whole bubble tea craze.
Yes.
But
with brown sugar.
Sure.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what the sweetness is from.
Yeah, but we just had I just tried it actually for the first time. I've had it in different, like I've had it at different brand, like Idea has their version of it,
Right.
Which is also very sweet. But we actually walked by a place called Tiger Sugar, and I feel like it just felt like it was the original.
It kind of is the original.
Okay.
That started the craze.
It does taste a little different. It's super sweet, of course, but it's also like it has that
Condensed milk taste.
Yeah.
I mean, so originally I saw Tiger Sugar open up in Hongdae, and there was like a long line out the door, like an hour wait.
Yeah.
For the whole day. And then it started opening up in many other locations.
Right.
And now there aren't any lines anywhere. There's one in Sinchon, there's one in Gangnam, there's one here near where we're at, and Hongdae is still there.
And plus other chains are making their own version.
Right. There's like Taiwan sugar now. But what I wanted to say about Korea is that it seems like, there's always a fad, and then they're quick to franchise them up.
Yeah.
And then after that, there aren't lines anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I feel like once it's franchised and it blows up. I remember when I first got to Korea, there was that street churros joint.
Yeah.
There was a line, right? Like an hour, 2 hour line.
Right.
But then after they franchised, ain't nobody really getting in line for that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, once you see something popular that's actually easy to copy,
Right.
like, I don't know, at least in Korea, you see that happening all the time.
Yeah.
Tiger Sugar, but it was good. Like my 당 떨어지고 있었어. 내가 그거 먹고 당을 다시 올려왔어.
Oh, wow. That is a long sentence for Bobby Choy.
So I guess what I just said is my sugar level, my blood sugar level was low. So it went up after drinking the Tiger Sugar.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. You cannot be this next Sharon Choi because your interpretation skills are terrible.
I couldn't even interpret what myself.
But yeah. So for me, it was good. It was good. But the thing is, it's going against what I've started this week, and what I started this week is I have started intermittent fasting. Starting yesterday.
Okay.
And the reason why I started was because...
You have a mirror at home?
Fuck you!
Yeah, we got a new button. I got a new button today.
But, like, I've been watching the YouTube videos of the Noonchi podcast, right? And I'm looking at myself and I go, wow, I'm looking extra unfuckable these days. Right? Like,
the camera adds extra 10 pounds as well, so
that's not helping me, man.
No.
Like, to me, I look like gross.
Well, how many cameras are on you?
So I started intermittent fasting because I remember when I first got here, I did intermittent fasting plus the paleo diet.
Oh, right.
Plus, I used to walk 5 to 10 miles a day, right?
That's a lot.
Yeah. So all of that,
I remember that time.
all that equals to me dropping like about 25 pounds within 2 months, right? And then once I had shit to do, and I got lazy, and there's a 편의점 right in front of my house, right? Like all the intermittent fasting stuff just didn't, just didn't happen. But then now I've started, and also I fat shame myself because I love bread.
Yeah.
And particularly I like pizza. Particularly.
You like bread, rice,
noodles.
Yan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really hard to do because like you have to give up like jjajangmyeon.
Yeah.
And
Why do you say it like that?
say what?
Jjajangmyeon.
And that's what I said, jjajangmyeon.
No, you did. You put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Anyway, so you can't eat jjajangmyeon and
Jjajangmyeon.
bap.
And bop.
Yeah, a side of bap.
And so and so I fat shame myself because I'll look in the mirror. This is what I did when I first got here to quit pizza for about 6 months. Was I was in my underwear in front of a mirror with a big large pizza. And
you would order pizza.
Yeah.
And you did it the one time, or you do this every chance you get?
I only did it once.
Okay.
I did it once. I ate it, and in 6 months, no pizza.
Because every time you wanted pizza, you would think of the last time you did it.
Yeah.
In your underwear.
Yeah, in my underwear, I'm like, you really gonna eat that, you fucking fat,
you know what you should
ugly
do then?
Piece of shit. Like, I was really saying shit like that.
You should take a photo of yourself and just carry around a photo of yourself and wherever you go, right?
Well, you should look at my Instagram.
You should put it online and charge people. The new diet.
The whole thing with
craze.
me and my
the Danny diet craze.
No, but that's the thing. It's like a lot of people go, oh, I remember saying this to somebody, and they're like, why would you should have more self-confidence in yourself.
You should.
But my whole thing is this. I think there are two types of people that need, when they need some sort of encouragement. There's people that go, oh my God, you can do it. whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. And then there's other people that do it the other way, where like, hey, fucking idiot, like pick yourself up and fucking do it. Like, I'm more of the tough love type of person.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's some people.
That's true. We're all different.
Yeah.
So.
Then there's some people that go, no, you are the special one, and you know, blah 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 blah. I'm not the nice, touchy feely type of person, you know. And so me looking myself in the mirror and cursing myself out as I'm eating a slice of pizza, maybe not eat pizza for 6 months.
But it reminds me of when you did lose all that weight. You look good. But it did. I mean, your head didn't get any bigger, any smaller.
No, because it's you can't lose weight on your skeleton, right? You can't do, you know what I mean, like skull ups.
You should embrace though. You should embrace what God gave you, I think. And I you know, like if it's to be a little bit, you know, on the heavier side, I think you should embrace it. I think you look lovable as a little bit, you know, junk in the trunk.
I
guess I'm trying to make you feel better.
I know, and it's not working. Yeah, junk in the trunk.
But I have a lot myself, so you know, I had recently I had a very huge realization of realizing that I was like getting overweight. Here I go again. I can't like spit it out, but you know, I lost weight too a couple of years ago because I went vegan.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was running a lot at the time as well. And I started buying new clothes because I couldn't fit into my old clothes. And I was buying size waist 28 jeans again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was in junior high when I was that waist size.
So I like it felt great. Like I was buying like stuff that was always on sale, because no one could fit in those like, or they just didn't like my style. But I
think it's option B.
But after a while, you know, you just start wearing the jeans that are comfortable, and I went back into, you know, my 32s or whatever they are. And but recently I decided to try on one of my old pairs of 28s. And when I bought them, they weren't skinny jeans, but they had turned into skinny jeans. But I'm not, you know, like that at the time, they're just regular boot cut jeans.
People could tell you had 600won in your pocket.
So, but I decided to wear it one day and just like, you know, skinny jeans are in, so like I'll just wear it. But this is where it got bad. Like I started to realize, you know, that the junk area, it's important that you have space there,
right?
You know, for any guy,
right?
And I had to stay out. Like I couldn't like go home and change,
right?
And I was just stuck in these skinny jeans all day, and I realized what people were talking about when they joked about all these years. I thought they were just making it up, but when they talked about their penis going inside their body because there was nowhere else to go. Oh my gosh, this is too much information. Right? But literally, I had no room to, you know, there was no room for my junk to go. So I guess it just retracted.
So the turtle went back into the shell. Is that what we're saying?
And it made me really sad, like super sad. For some reason, because I figured it's just, well, I already knew that these jeans were meant to be skinny,
right? But
at the same time, I didn't really expect my junk to go in that direction. So I was like, I need to do something about this, and so I decided to cut some carbs out of my diet. Like in the morning, I usually like a bagel or, you know, with or a piece of toast. I use vegan butter, but also I decided not to maybe have fruit in the morning instead of like bread. Or I'll have jjajangmyeon once a month as opposed to like 2 or 3 times a month.
I'm trying to think what I can throw at you. I fucking hate you for that.
So anyway, yeah. So I know what it feels to be fat shamed by yourself.
Yeah. But you didn't call yourself, like, you didn't look in the mirror and be like, hey, you fucking inverted dick motherfucker. You you didn't do that, did you? Like,
Is this an inappropriate story for the interwebs?
no.
Okay.
Last episode I was talking about some other crazy shit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right.
Okay.
But so you don't, but you didn't fat shame yourself like that. You just kind of went, well,
There's a problem, serious problem if that something like that's happening to you.
But the thing yesterday was, so it was my first day of intermittent fasting.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal was to only be able to eat from noon to 6 p.m.
Oh,
right?
you have 6-hour window to eat.
Yeah, and then not eat. You can drink water or maybe a coffee, but like an Americano, but nothing else, right? Mm-hmm. And so I ate at 6, you know, a sandwich. And then by midnight, my stomach was going, yo, man, we need more, right? We need more food. You're not starving. And like going to sleep hungry is tough, man.
Oh, yeah. It is.
And so I tried to quell my hunger with some water. But yeah, that really, this morning I was like, oh man, I am so hungry.
Yeah.
But I can't eat till noon. Right?
That's a real okay.
And so when I came here and then we went to lunch, you know, it was a pretty big size meal. You know?
It's like a breakfast.
Yeah.
That's what breakfast means, a break from fasting.
Yeah.
So I had a similar experience last night because I was hungry at midnight. And I remember it was midnight because I looked at the clock. So,
okay.
Anyway, I got up. I was hungry. I went to the kitchen to look for a snack, but I couldn't find anything that I would feel okay eating.
Right.
And then going back to sleep, you know. So I saw some cookies. I saw some, you know, Cheetos that Lo got us.
Oh, right.
I saw like bread.
Yeah.
There was like we had just gone shopping for food. And then, but all of it, I felt like I would wake up like disappointed in myself, but I kept searching, right? I thought, you know what, a banana would be good.
Yeah.
I could sleep on a banana. We had no bananas. But at one point I just got so lazy that I just went back to sleep. So I think laziness saved my ass, literally.
That's true.
Last night.
It probably saved penis too.
What do we have right now? We have a little more time. But bread.
So Babo, you know, today I mean, you know, I hate to this is, well, 3 episodes in, but every episode we've talked about the coronavirus, right?
Oh, it's almost we can't escape it.
Yeah.
Escape it.
Escape, yeah. And this morning at 7:30 a.m., we got one of them, everybody in Korea gets this message type of Amber Alert type of joints, right? Yeah. And basically, it was just to tell us that at the 구청 or at the post office or at the pharmacy, there are limits to how much masks you can get.
You can't hoard masks.
Yes. Apparently that is a problem here. And so I was like, all right. And, you know, I heard in the news that there was people, you know, waiting in line, you know, at markets and whatnot to get these masks.
Yeah.
But today was the first time I saw it live. On my way on the bus here, we passed by about 3 or 4 약국's pharmacies.
Yeah.
And there were lines out the door, like they were waiting in line for like the new Jordans, you know?
Okay.
Like the Corona ones. And so, yeah, I was like, wow, that's so interesting that like they're, you know, because to me, I still have, you know, masks at home. I have probably about, maybe it'll last me like 2 weeks more.
Okay.
But in terms of masks, upon some reading, and again, I'm not, you know, some internet searching here and there, to me, I believe that masks aren't effective for you to not catch it. Masks are there for you to not spread it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So
I've been reading on that too.
Yeah. So like the part of me goes, well, I don't think I have corona, So like me wearing a mask is not gonna keep me from getting it. You understand what I'm saying? But if I might have it, it'll help me from not spreading.
Yeah, and no one is really 100% sure that they don't have it when they
Right.
say that some of the symptoms are not like there aren't. You don't know.
Like for
Until
like
you-
2 weeks or whatever, right? And I
So
get
for
it.
peace of mind, also for everyone,
Right.
it's better to wear it because I see people not wearing it sometimes, and I'm
Do
it
you
makes
avoid
me a
them?
little uneasy.
Do you avoid them?
Yeah, I do.
Like you know how when back home the only reason why you would avoid somebody when you're walking down the street is if they look dangerous
Yeah,
or crazy.
yeah,
So here there aren't really that many dangerous people,
yeah.
but instead you go, oh, that fool might have the coronavirus, as opposed to that fool might have a gun. Right,
Yeah.
right. That's interesting.
I feel like it's gonna get to a place where you see people happy
Uh-huh.
or laughing,
Uh-huh.
telling jokes with their friends
Right.
on the train,
Yeah.
and you're like, "What do you have to laugh and be happy about?" Like, it's like,
Yeah.
it's like when you see people with not wearing a mask. It's like, are you think you're better than me? Like, or maybe are you crazy? Is something wrong with you?
Right.
You think you're not gonna be able, you're not gonna catch it. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah, because you have, I mean, I understand for you even more because you have a baby,
Yeah.
right? So that's your baby is more important.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of not getting it. I mean, what I'm saying is, for the most part, the people that have been catching it and dying from it are people like in their 60s and above, right?
Yeah. I mean, they say that babies and young people,
right,
have stronger immune systems, so
Right.
they're safer. But we have a lot of masks at home too that we've been like collecting and we've had. But I'm getting to a point where we have the disposable ones and we throw them away.
right.
But I'm thinking, is it gonna get so bad that I'm gonna regret throwing them away? Like, should I just keep those and maybe just sterilize those somehow?
How do you sterilize the disposable ones?
Like, you wash them.
Really?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
maybe there's a way to do it. Like, you just wash them, put them through the washer, or like just, spray a bunch of antibacterial, like, spray on it, or I don't know. I've been getting to that point. But we also have the cloth ones, where the washable ones.
Right.
So we have that as well, but I'm starting to think even the disposable ones, maybe we should start to hold on to those. We don't know how bad it's gonna get.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I feel like I need to buy like a cloth one. You know? I asked the boys at Year of the Ox,
Yeah.
because they used to have one of them for merch.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, when you come to Korea,
Uh-huh.
bring some. I'll even buy it off y'all.
Yeah.
But because none of the people like ship to Korea.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, when you're here, bring some. I will buy it off your hands, please.
Right.
So yeah.
That's right. I have one of theirs too. It's actually decoration on my guitar gig bag.
Yeah.
I should probably take it off and put it to use. But I was thinking sorry, what was I thinking? No, this whole thing about reusing,
Right.
like disposable. Like, I was thinking of the toilet paper, the craze. I see memes and stuff online. People like not being able to buy toilet paper.
Yeah.
In Korea, like, I went to the market yesterday and there's no like sign of like. It's weird,
So nobody we aren't hoarding toilet paper in Korea, but
Yeah.
it's happening in like Hong Kong. Apparently, it's starting to happen in the U.S. here and there.
in America,
Yeah.
and around, just like everywhere else, just needs to get their shit together.
But I mean,
Literally.
because I'm
Wah, wah, wah.
because so it went all the way full circle from donkasu to toilet paper.
Oh yeah,
That's
Yeah.
actually a good one.
Yeah, we got good We got a good system going on here.
Because I didn't know that coronavirus affected your butthole leakage. I didn't know that's what it caused, because I don't know why they're hoarding so much toilet paper. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I mean, like, is it because you're gonna not leave the house for a while?
Right.
But even then, I've vegetated at home for a long time. Don't need that much toilet paper. Maybe and you're in Korea too. And you're in Korea too, so you can just crap and wash up.
Okay. With that said, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back right after these messages.
Bye.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Boom.
Hi everybody, it's Danny here. The good folks at Standard Issue Tees is one of our sponsors. Standard Issue Tees is a company that makes high quality t-shirts, sweats, jeans even. And recently, LeBron James has been rocking them. By the way, LeBron James, they just beat the Clippers today, kicked their fucking ass. But before, when he came into this Staples Center, he was caught wearing Standard Issue jeans clothing. So if you want to be like LeBron, then why don't you go to standardissuetees.com? And because they're friends, if you type in promo code Noonchi at checkout, you get a 10% discount. So go fucking do it. Now, if you're in Korea and you are in the Hongdae, Sinchon area, go check out Tom's Pizza. Tom's Pizza is fantastic. Actually, Tom's Pizza is one of these places that I go to. It's my tanggol in my neighborhood. Tanggol means, a go-to spot. Not only because they have delicious pizzas and wings and whatnot, but also because they have a bar, so you can get a little bit tipsy while you're eating pizza, because who drinks water with pizza? That's fucking crazy. So if you go to Tom's Pizza, Tom told us that if you follow Tom's Pizza on Instagram and you follow the Noonchi podcast on Instagram and you tell Tom, hey, the Noonchi podcast sent us, Tom will give you a free shot of tequila. So go do it. So, Bobby, the other day I couldn't go to sleep, and so it's actually a Korean drama that's like the most popular Korean drama out right now, and it's not done yet. But it's a JTBC show, but it's also on Netflix, and it's called Itaewon Class.
I heard about this.
Yeah, and the problem with me is I think I've told you is that I am a completist. So once I turn it on, I gotta finish it, right? So 2 days ago, I started watching it starting at midnight, and I thought I was just gonna watch a few episodes and go to sleep. But at 8 in the morning, I said,
Oh, you started binge watching.
And so currently on Netflix, it's up to episode 12. So there's,
and they're hour episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went in and watched 12 hours of my life watching it. But, it's very interesting because, number one, I've been here for about 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but when I see a movie or a drama and I go, oh, like, I know where they shot that.
Yeah.
Like that feeling, it makes you feel like you're a resident of that place. Like, for example, La La Land. Oh, I know where that is. That's the 405 freeway or the 110, or
I feel like that happened a lot living in LA.
Right, but in Korea, I've never felt it. Like, I'm watching a drama, I didn't go, oh, that's Tenan-ro or whatever, right? Like,
yeah, even though it all looks familiar, it all looks the same.
Yeah, but for Itaewon Class, I went, dude. Like, that's that hill for Koreanos, or that's where Prost is, or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so that made it very familiar.
So they film all the scenes in Itaewon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're true to their name.
Like Gyeongnidan-gil is up there and stuff like that. Okay. But the one thing that was very interesting, and I don't know if I'm spoiling it, but I don't really care. But there's like a transgender character,
Yeah.
And so there's a transgender character, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of kind of forward thinking.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
some progressive shit for like a Korean drama. There's also like a black guy who plays like a half black, half Korean guy, and like there's an episode where he faces racism.
Oh wow. Okay.
And how the main character and friends, like how they kind of help him through the
That's
racism.
a very important topic.
Right.
Korea is such a homogenous society.
Right.
That's a good move.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, this is awesome. And then the one thing that I noticed, and it's not just Itaewon Class, but it's about like there are scenes where like this person, the main character, somebody will wake up from like in the emergency room. They got hit by a car or something, or they fainted, and then they wake up in the hospital room, and then they just fucking leave. You know what I mean? Like they don't like
because they don't want to stay. They're still they haven't fully recovered, but they just decided to get up and leave.
And they go, oh no, like I gotta like watch the store or whatever, and then they just get up and just leave, right? And I go, there's nobody that ever stops them. Right? They just so it's almost like you dine and dashed.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got sick and dashed, or you know what I mean? Like
right.
So like I go, how nobody pays for anything in the back end of it? It's all up front,
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's less of a fear. In the U.S. I don't know how it is because I never went to the hospital.
Yeah.
Even though I should have, because I didn't have healthcare.
Yeah.
And I was always afraid to. There were times when I should have got, like I broke my nose when I was a kid.
Right.
And my parents didn't take me to the hospital because they knew that, they were just afraid.
Right. Because it costs a lot.
So I understand that. In Korea, everyone has universal healthcare for the most part.
Right.
So that fear of just walking out, maybe that's part of the culture. And that's why you're seeing it it stands out to you in a
I guess
drama.
so. I mean, obviously, like I don't expect the scene to go from I get up off my bed, I storm out, go to the reception area, and be like, "이거 얼마예요?" and then pay and then leave. I get it.
Yeah.
That it just is unnecessary. Okay. But I just go, if someone's really mad and then or like really in a hurry, you don't just like get up out of the bed and then just run out. And be like, wait, hold on, let me pay for this. Like, so like there's always that part where it always makes me go, so nobody pays for these visits?
It's happened more than once in the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of just getting up and leaving the fucking hospital. Like scenes. I'm like, what is this? Right?
Yeah.
And the other part about it is like the story is about the main character starting a restaurant or pojangmacha.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like trying to like basically become the best pojangmacha in the country, and the villain is already like this company that already has like a bunch of pojangmacha, like a big ass corporation that has all these like restaurants under their name, but so that it's like this startup business pojangmacha that's trying to beat this main established pojangmacha.
It's like a startup against like Hanshin-pocha.
Right. Yes.
like
absolutely.
That.
So it's like it's like, and the villain is a guy that basically
looks like the Korean Emerald.
Yeah. So it's very interesting that because like like we talked earlier about like franchising. And things like that, and just overall the business in Itaewon. But we were talking to our friends that have businesses in Itaewon.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, I assumed that this since this show is popular, people would head to Itaewon to eat and drink and play.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because of the coronavirus,
sad. I went there actually on last Friday. I was hanging out there.
Were there people? Was it packed?
There was. I mean, when I met up with a few friends.
Yeah.
At a Blacklist at our buddy's bar over there.
What up, Chris?
And there were, I don't know. There's maybe one other table besides us
on a Friday. We
went there before dinner to have a drink, and then we went to have dinner at Linus's. in Haebonchong, and then went back to Blacklist. And it was a little bit more livelier afterwards. But I was talking to Chris, because it was a Friday night also.
Right.
I was talking to Chris just in general,
Yeah.
like how things were going there. And he was saying it's been tough. Like,
Wow.
I don't want to share his his business and stuff, but, you know, it's sad to hear that. Like, we should have him on the show, actually.
Yeah.
But he was saying, like, people are saying things like, oh, we don't want to go to, like, places because we don't know if they sterilize even their tables or chairs and stuff. And, like, Chris does all that stuff.
Right.
He's a businessman, you know, like, he makes sure, given the climate, that he's going to do everything that's possible to make people feel comfortable in his business. But to hear that, you know, I had heard on the news that the government was giving tax breaks to property owners.
Mm-hmm.
And the property owners, in turn, were giving their business renters, like, 50% cuts in their rent.
Yeah.
Some were doing it and some weren't doing it. It was up to the owners to decide if they want to be good Samaritans about it. But so Chris was saying that wasn't the case for him. So he still has to, you know, he still has to reach his bottom line.
So business is hurting because of the scare of the coronavirus, which is sad, man. Because you know, like I said, like, you know, my company called me today and said, hey, we're gonna cancel 2 more weeks of shows.
Oh man,
you know,
yeah.
And so I get it, I understand why, but you know, I mean, like, dude, I've done shows like during I think it was January, where, you know, there was still some fears of it, and so there are people with masks on at the shows, so, which muffles the laughter, and I can't even see them laughing. I only see their eyes, so I'm
and
like,
you work off the crowd's reaction.
Yeah.
So that's
like, you know, I mean, all the live comedy shows, like even the TV shows, they've been canceled because they can't have a studio audience, right?
Right.
But the other part is, or what they would do is they would just have the cast be the audience.
Oh, okay.
Like so, you know, like, let's say I'm doing a sketch. Like, think of it as like SNL, right? So if Kenan Thompson is doing the sketch on stage, then, like, whoever is not in the sketch, the cast will act as the studio audience. So it'll be like 20 people just being like, that's funny. You know what I mean? And so they're trying to figure out ways to do these shows, because if you cancel 3 weeks worth of shows, then you won't have anything to air. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you know? I mean, like, I mean, the most we could really say is to tell everyone to be responsible for your own self.
Right.
You know, wear a mask. If you're gonna, don't touch your face. Like, do the very least you can.
Right.
Like, just follow what everyone is saying.
Yeah.
Is good hygiene. Let's get through this all together. I mean, if you guys live in Itaewon or close to there, you know, and want to visit Blacklist, please do. If it helps you to know that Chris sanitizes everything, you know, his towels, his whole process. Same with Linus Barbecue.
And you know what, you know, don't take our word for it, but, like, you know, go up to, if you go to Blacklist, tell them the Noonchi podcast sent you. I'm sure you're gonna get something. You know?
Yeah. Oh, no. Actually, you will. I asked Chris if there's anything we could do to help, and he said, yeah, if 1 or 2 people, the 1 or 2 people that listen to our podcast, if they want to go, just tell them to mention the Noonchi podcast, and they'll get a shot of Jameson.
Hey.
Yeah. So.
Dang, look at us, man. We are providing free booze to our fans.
I say you and I go. And we mention our own podcast and see if Chris could
look at Chris. Hi, so I heard that on the Noonchi if you mention the Noonchi podcast, we get a free shot. He's like, oh, you fucking assholes. But yeah, I mean, so, you know, we're all gonna get through this, and you know, again, if coronavirus was a person, you get. Don't fuck with our business. Killing me right now.
But everyone keep safe, and, you know, continue to do your thing, but be responsible.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time here? We got like another
I don't know.
handful of.
I have I have no. We're using my phone as a monitor, so I don't know what time it is. But
We're good on time.
But Bobby, we're trying to think of, as we're growing this podcast, we're trying to think of newer, how do you say, segments?
Yeah.
And I thought of a segment called Dear Korea, right? And so Dear Korea is something that we as foreigners, as Kyopos that live here, want to tell Korea, like, hey, keep these things, or maybe you probably want to change these things type of situation.
It's just our advice to Korea,
Right?
in terms of what we think you should keep,
Right.
things you should get rid of. You
Right.
don't have to listen to us.
Yeah.
Clearly, we're not the ones that. Yeah.
So for the first Dear Korea, I want to say, hey, Dear Korea, please keep outdoor drinking cool.
Yeah. Just
legal.
Keep it legal.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, outdoor drinking,
Yeah.
that being cool is something that I love. I mean, now that the weather's kind of warming up, and we're gonna we I don't know. I mean, you have a kid now, so I don't know if we can do our ritual drink outside moves, me and you.
Yeah.
But it is one of my favorite things to do, and I know of listeners of our old podcast, the One in Seoul podcast, they probably heard, but that pyeonmek move.
Yeah.
Which is going to the convenience store, and there's usually tables outside, and you can go drink.
It stands for 편의점 맥주.
Right.
And then we'll have a thing here.
Right.
Like a.
but like that being legal was kind of like it's my favorite place to drink. You
Yeah,
can tell me pojangmachas,
awesome.
you can tell me like high-end bars. Yeah, they're all great. And obviously, friends like Chris at Blacklist, obviously we would go support.
Yeah.
But if it was up to me, Pyeonmek is my favorite place to drink.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah.
I remember though, when I first moved here,
Yeah.
I made a mistake and I actually took it a little too far. The drinking outdoors thing.
Right.
I remember I was a katsu, and I really wanted a beer. So I went into the 7-Eleven. There used to be a 7-Eleven on katsu. And I went in there and I bought a beer.
Right.
And I opened it and I walked up and I walked down the street and into stores with my open beer, thinking I was the cool guy.
Yeah.
Because this was legal. But I noticed people were staring at me, like Korean people were like, "What is this guy doing?" And I don't do it now, but I do often see foreigners drinking like soju.
Yeah.
Like passing them on the sidewalk in Hongdae or wherever.
Well, what I've been, I don't know if this is a custom, but it is not proper. It's not illegal, but it is not proper for you to walk down the street and drink or eat or smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
There are places where you can smoke legally.
Yeah.
But it is not proper for you to do that. I mean, with cigarette smoking, it makes you. They say they call you a gangster. Like my Korean comedian friends were like, "Yo, man, that's some fucking konda shit."
Oh,
right?
when you first moved here, you were doing that. I think you told me about this.
Yeah, but then even with drinking, even though it is not against the law to be drinking outdoors, it is more proper for you to sit outdoors somewhere and drink as opposed to, whether it's a park bench or whatever.
Yeah.
But
you gotta have Noonchi, people.
Right.
This is what our show is about.
But when I see, but I still see foreigners walk down whatever with a bottle of soju and be like, "Yo, bro, soju's fucking delicious, bro. It's fucking awesome, man."
Yeah.
There's a part of me there's that inner racism that happens.
Your inner racist comes out.
Yeah, and when I go, "Why don't you fucking go back to your fucking country?" Like it and you know what?
Right,
like I know it's not right. I get it, but a part of me, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because I know I got it. I was a victim of it back home.
Yeah.
So there's only one other place where I can throw it back at him.
Okay.
Right? Where the roles have reversed. So I'd be like, you fucking go back to your country.
Oh my gosh. No, but I do feel awkward for them.
Right.
When I see people with soju bottles, open soju bottles and drinking from the spout
Yeah.
on the street.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
And soju, like, out of respect, I think it's supposed to be poured, and there's like also all these rules with it, like pouring with two hands for someone older than you.
Right.
These are kind of these customs I think are beautiful. Like, I think those are the Dear Korea things, like don't lose those respectable customs, I think. So I can feel embarrassed for people or foreigners that come to Korea and are drinking straight out of the soju bottle, like on the street. Like that feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I'm almost embarrassed for them. I am embarrassed for them. I would be embarrassed for myself if I did it. And I did in a way when I was drinking beer, walking down Karasugira.
I also feel like if you drink a soju like straight from the bottle,
Yeah.
either your life's not going well or it's a dare. You know what I mean? Like someone dares you to like down a bottle of soju, you know?
Yeah, or it's it's just a cheap buzz.
Or
you know,
what I'm saying is your life is shitty if you're not pouring it in a glass and drinking it.
Yeah.
Because if you're drinking by yourself and you don't pour it in a shot glass and drink it, and you just go straight to the top of, from the bottle.
Yeah.
It means,
if you're Korean and you do that, then absolutely. There's something going on.
So I mean, this is these are my extra rules for soju drinking consumption is if you're drinking it straight from the bottle, unless it's a dare, it means that you're going to depression. Right? Like, if you like when you see them Korean movies where this guy like just everything just went wrong, and he's just like he just cracks open a bottle and drinks it from the bottle because but if you have some sort of class,
I have to admit I've done that. I've drunk from the bottle, but at home.
And were you depressed?
Yeah, I will say it's like it's not it's not something I'm proud of, but I've gone through times like that where and then I've been through times where I just didn't use the soju glass. I just poured straight into a mug. I'll do that.
The mug move, I think, is just more like you don't have the right the glassware.
No, I have the soju cup at home, but I'll just do it because I don't want to go through the motion. If I'm drinking alone, if I'm drinking, let's say I decided to drink alone at a 편의점,
right,
and I bought soju,
right,
I would buy the soju cups, and drink out of the soju cups.
Right. If
I'm drinking alone, I wouldn't like ask them, or I wouldn't pull out my water bottle and pour it in there.
You know what? Okay, kind of rounding back to Itaewon Class, right? And there is a scene where the main character drinks with his father for the first time, and the father is teaching him like how to hold the glass or the bottle.
Oh, okay. Really?
So the thing was like, hey, your right hand should cover the label. And that's what he was saying, and the bottom hand, the second hand, the left hand should be there, kind of like to support the bottom of the bottle. Because don't ever fill the soju glass all the way to the top, kind of 3/4 of the way, and then finally he drinks a shot as he tilts his head because he's drinking in front of his father, right?
Yeah.
And then the father asks, "So how does it taste?" And he goes, "It tastes sweet." And then he goes, "When soju tastes sweet, that means you had a tremendous day."
Oh, that
Yeah, like that was what he said, right?
Okay.
But and then when it's but then like sometimes he'll drink it by himself.
Yeah.
And then he'll think of his father and he's like, it's bitter today.
Oh,
you know
really?
what I mean? So the father never explained what bitter taste of soju means, but he was like, oh, it's sweet, and he's that means you had a tremendous day today or something like that.
Wow.
Right. So
and cut to him putting a packet of Splenda and the soju right before pouring it.
Yeah. So dear Korea, please don't get rid of outdoor drinking.
I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I want to keep talking about it, but we're actually running out of time this week. I'm gonna say we have to wrap it up soon. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, everybody, thank you for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please email us at noonchipodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Also, follow us on social media at Noonchi Podcast.
We're all set up now, yeah.
Yeah, we're all set up.
For the most part, everywhere. Noonchi Podcast.
Yeah.
YouTube. And, we're actually responding to people.
Yeah.
So leave us a comment, a message, and we'll actually respond because, we have a lot of time on our hands. And
yes. So thank you guys for listening. Later, fuckers.